Beyond the pages.
Beyond the pages.
Did you know that children start forming their moral compass as early as age 3? The story they hear, the story you tell them, actually form a better part of their life all way around. Like from that age, they keep learning what you show them, your character and everything. So the big question is now, are you giving them the right stories? Are they reading the right stories?
That's a powerful question, Judith. That is so powerful, and that is why today's episode is so special. And we want to welcome you to Beyond the Pages podcast, where we explore books that inspires, teaches, and transform minds.
Yeah, exactly. So today we'll be bringing back our Storytime Chronicles. We've had some episodes before on Storytime Chronicles. So today we are going to read from one of our amazing storybook for children. That's the Good Moral series. Good Moral series is a 10-in-1 storybook. Each of these books teaches an amazing moral values. We have the ones that teach kindness, the one that teaches generosity, the one that teaches cleanliness. Lots of them. So today's on the one that we are going to read one from the 10. So today's on, we are going to read about the one that teaches generosity. That is the generous Sultan. So stay with us, and we have a lot for you and your children.
Yes. And the best part is that each story ends with a moral valued question.
Exactly.
That can help your children not to just hear the lesson, but to truly understand them.
Exactly. Parents, teachers, this podcast is very special and you don't have to miss it. It's a kind of podcast that you play with your child, with your children, so that they can hear. We are going to finish one of these titles so you understand what we are talking about. So this is what children will love to listen to. They have to listen to it to enjoy this, not just to enjoy the story, but also to learn something very important from the story.
All right, before we go into today's reading, we would love to explain to you that the book is in collection, as Judith said earlier, is a 10-in-1 collection of good morals of different topics: prudency, honesty, kindness, cleanliness. And I want to tell you that this pack is going for a 20% discount. Is on sale, and I bet it with you, before we finish reading this,
you want to buy them. Yeah.
And it's going to be so helpful to your children and your words. Let's go right in.
Yeah, just contact us.
Yes.
But just stay with us. Let's explore.
Yes.
Let's read the story.
Okay.
Once upon a time, in a far away land, there lived a very rich sultan. The sultan was so rich and had so much money and properties that he did not even know how much he had. He hired servants to count his money.
How rich is he? He's so rich. Even though he was so rich, but he would not help anyone. That's really bad. He would not help anyone. He did not care about the ones in need. He would not move a finger for them. His money was too precious to spend on them.
One day, the stingy sultan became very ill. He was so ill that he was in bed all the time. He could not even get up to eat. He was getting worse day by day. Doctors, experts, herbalists, etc. were brought from other faraway lands to find a cure for him. But unfortunately, their medicines did not cure him.
The sultan was in bed, still very ill, when a very old lady came to the palace to see him. She seems to be wise, clean, honest. The guard at the door says, "Grandma, what are you doing here? If you come to ask for money, our sultan is very ill. Anyway, if he's not ill, he has never given anything to anyone. don't bother to complain. Grandma says, no, son, I did not come to ask for anything. I came to give something to the Sultan. I have the medicine to cure Sultan, said the old lady.
When the guards heard that, they let her in immediately. She got closer to him. The Sultan could hardly speak. Grandmother, do you really know what I have? If you do know, please tell me. The old lady leaned down and said in his hearing, your illness is stinginess, my Sultan.
The Sultan did not really understand what she meant. What do you mean? He asked. Look, my Sultan, stinginess is an illness. The only medicine for it is generosity. You have to share your wealth. When you get the doers from those you are accustomed to helping, you will start feeling better. The Sultan was shocked with the answer, but he accepted, as he did not have any other opinion.
He called his vizier immediately. Dear vizier, install a stove in the town center and cook rice with meat for 40 days and 40 nights. Do whatever it takes to make the hungry and the ones in need to be pleased with me. Spend as much as needed, ordered the Sultan.
The vizier was very greedy, and he was not happy at all with the Sultan's order. He thought that if the Sultan's wealth decreased, his would decrease too. He said to himself, is this possible? It is not right to spend money this way. All his fortune will disappear. I will not follow the Sultan's orders. I need that money. And he put the gold in his pocket.
A few weeks passed and the Sultan did not feel any better. So he called the old lady to the palace. Grandmother, look at me. I am still very ill. You were not honest with me. Shall I punish you now then? My Sultan, as long as you have a vizier like him around you, you won't get any better. And he showed the vizier's jewelry and gold, said the grandmother.
The Sultan was ill, but he could not understand very well what the grandmother meant. It was obvious that he would not be able to buy so much jewelry with just his wage. He fired his avaricious vizier.
The Sultan decided to share his wealth with everyone, and he did it himself. The more he gave away, the more he got better. And the more he got better, the more he gave away. After some months in his land, there was not a hungry or a poor one left. Everyone was so happy with the Sultan that they prayed always for him.
Do you wonder what happened to our grandmother? She could not reject the Sultan's order, and she became his main vizier. Everyone, including the Sultan, got benefit from her wisdom and experience. Then, three goodness fell upon the generous, the listeners to the story, and the ones that respect the elders. The end.
Yeah, the end of the story. And very important thing, something that got me is that at the end of the story, it's even remembered the listeners.
Yes.
The person that reads the story. It says, three goodness fell upon even the listener.
Yes.
Even the reader of the story. So you are even in our mind.
Yes.
While we read the story. So this story is for you. This story is for your child. You see how the Sultan was healed.
Yes.
Because of his act of generosity. So that's why generosity is very, very, very important. So this story is an amazing one. It's not just fun, it's not just entertaining, it's not just storytelling. It actually teaches an important moral values.
Yes.
Yeah, so if this one teaches about generosity, Oh, there are other ones,
Yes.
9 of them, that teaches about other moral values.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Before we go and before we continue, I want us to go through the moral questions.
Okay.
Moral value questions. So the first question is inside the book.
It's inside the book, yeah.
So it's the first question: what does it mean to be generous?
Yeah. When you finish reading with your child, you can
Yes.
ask the person, you can ask your child, what do you think? What do you understand by generosity? What does it feel like to be generous? At least from these, the person will get the idea of generosity.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. So the second question is, can you compare true examples, the characteristics between a generous and a stingy person? You know who was stingy there?
Is the vizier.
The vizier. You know, the king was also stingy from the
Yes.
beginning, and he was ill before the old woman
grandma came,
came.
yes.
Yeah, then the vizier was also stingy.
Very,
And
very stingy.
do you know what he ended up like?
He ended up losing his job.
Thank you. So that's what stinginess can do to you. In
Yes.
this book, it made someone ill, it made someone lose their job. So
And-
it pays to
And even the
be
fact that
generous.
he's stingy, he was greedy too. So
Exactly.
and it really cost him his job, and it's good to be a very, generous person.
Yeah.
So the last question here is: the giving hand is better than the other that takes. What does this sentence mean? Discuss.
So you can discuss with your
Children,
child.
yes, your child. You explain it to them, break it down for them to understand.
Yeah, so they will understand that it's better to be a giver than to be receiving every now and then.
It's amazing how children adapt and absorb the characters in storybooks.
Yeah.
It's as if they are the ones that are acting the characters,
Yeah.
and it's so amazing of how they connect to the character and absorb the natural lessons in the storybook. They are kind of like a copycat.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
Because-
they always copy you,
And-
what you say, what you do, everything.
And they copyright, they never copy wrong. They are
Exactly.
perfect at copying. If they say, okay, I want to copy an old woman the way she's walking, they'll walk exactly the way she's saying. So it's really amazing.
Yeah, that's why you need to be intentional in what you expose your children to.
Yes.
In what you say to them, in the books, you have to be very particular in the kinds of book you read to them. These are the kind of book that you are meant to read
Yes.
to your children, so that it will help form their moral habits, their character. Imagine if your child finishes reading this whole 10 in 1. That would be an amazing one, because you will be able to teach the person different good morals.
Different good morals.
So that's very big importance of this book. It teaches lots of moral values. It tells a story. It tells a story. It entertains. It then teaches moral from the stories that it tells.
Yes.
So it's an amazing one, if you ask me.
Yes, it is. It is. Parents, this is a perfect opportunity to install great good moral values into your children. And reading together with your children, it strengthens bonds, it sparks imagination, and builds stronger moral foundation. Especially when you're reading the book together with your children, maybe during the day, during their playtime, or during a bedtime story, it is really good. It strengthens your bonds with them, the imagination they would have, and they will even have a fantastic dream that night. Because whatever you give to the children, it is what they will adapt. So it is very important to read together with them.
So you can even ask your child after reading this, like, do you want to be like the vizier?
Yes.
Do you want to lose your job? Do you want to lose everything that you have? And they can even be able to make their own decisions.
Yes.
They will see that giving pays, and greediness, stinginess is not the way forward. So it's very, very important. And I would love you to do 3 things after listening to our podcast. Firstly, you listen to our podcast and you play it for your child to also listen to this podcast. Secondly, you buy our 10 in 1. As she said, it's currently on 20% discount. And any penny that you used to buy this book is worth it,
Yes.
because the book is an amazing one.
Yes.
As you've seen,
You're not going
too.
to regret getting this book.
Yeah, exactly. So when you get the book, make sure you read together with your children. They have a lot to learn, and your child, after reading these 10 of them, this is going to learn a lot of things,
Yes.
a lot of good
Yes.
and amazing
Yes.
things. Yeah.
After reading the 10 in 1 series, you have instilled good morals in them, and they will never forget, because it is what you have used to build them from the start. So, and don't forget, dear parents, don't forget to treat the moral value questions at the end of each book.
Each of them.
Treat it with your children. Ask them the question. Let them answer it. The ones they can't answer, you explain it to them
and discuss
with them. It will really help them in growing in a fantastic way.
And that's a wrap for today's episode on Beyond the Pages podcast. We appreciate you for listening and for staying true to this very moment. Before we go, we are on social media. We like to hear from you. What do you think about this story? What do you think about the storybooks? So just reach out to us, contact us, drop a comment, drop your review, tag us, and talk about the story. We want to hear from you.
You can reach out to us, as she has said, and remember, the best story is not just entertaining. It shapes the kind of people we become, the kind of people your children will become. It instills whatever they will become in life into them. So let's raise a generation of thoughtful, kind, generous, and responsible young leaders for tomorrow.
Yeah, exactly. She's very on point. Then before we go, because I think we are done for today, right?
Yes, it's a wrap.
Yeah. So it's a wrap for today. But before we go, we would love you to follow us on our social media platforms. You can also drop your reviews there, your comments there on our social media platforms. We are on Facebook, we are on Instagram, we are on YouTube, we are on TikTok too, as Accessible Publishers Limited. We are on X, formerly Twitter, as Accessible PL. Then check out our website. You will also see all these books, and we have ebooks, we have hard copies. So you can also order ebooks, or you contact us for your hard copy. Our website is www.accessiblepublishers.com.
Until next time, I remain Oyeyele Oluwakemi Ipemeshinegba.
Okay, and I am Uchechukwu Judith Nwafor. Keep turning those pages one at a time.
Bye.